Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for episode 9 of the Pacific Northwest. As you can see, our oat field has come in and I am just finishing up the harvest on that. A unique perspective. I don't play in first person that much, so this is kind of cool. One quick thing, I don't know who you are, but I have one subscriber after 9 videos, and I consider that some kind of success. Just getting started. It's been about a week or so, and they keep giving me one like every time I post something. So whoever you are, I don't know. You kept your subscription hidden, but I appreciate it. Thank you. So finishing up this harvest on field 10. We got our oats, and we're going to need them because today we're going to buy some more horses and get this field replanted, obviously, probably with more oats because we're going to need them as we keep adding horses to all this. Let's see where we're at here. Yep, very nice indeed. Now one thing you might notice is overnight I picked up a new header for our harvester. Now this was $69,000, but the old header was still worth, I think it was about $39,000. So I missed a row. Shameful of me. Anyway, yeah, this was 69. The old header paid for more than half of that, and as you can see, our money continues to increase because those fertilizer contracts have come in again, and I've been making sure to stay on top of them. Now, I picked up one other little thing, and I will show you what that is here in just a minute because we're going to need to use it. And I've caught wind of a rumor as I was working on those fields last night. Rumor has it that someone is moving into the biogas plant. And they're coming in and they're going to get that thing operational. And when they do, we will be able to take advantage of that. Selling silage. I believe they even take grass if we just wanted to sell off our grass. Which in turn reminds me, you may have noticed yesterday, I did not, at least not during the episode, that our grass was ready to harvest. And I think I'm going to be full up here. Yes, I am. And so I did mow that field and baled it, turned it into silage bales, and 46 bales later we're doing nicely filling up our little bale barn. When we do get to the cows, I keep talking about these cows, but I promise you it's going to happen. And we're not that far away from it. Since I've got oats in here, I might as well fill up the horses. But yeah, we are going to need those bales because with the amount of cows I'm talking about, and I'm talking about hundreds of cows, are going to require tens of thousands of liters of total mixed ration. Now I know we can just feed them hay, but where's the fun in that? No, actually, it's total mixed ration will make our cows more productive. In the game, obviously, it's simply mixing silage and hay. With silage and hay, you can get total mixed ration. If you want to stretch it out a little bit more, you can add some straw in, which is what I'm going to do. I will add straw to the TMR. We're going to need plenty of straw for bedding also. for our horses and for our cows both. And I'm sure you can see here, our trees have grown up a little bit. They're doing nicely. Taller than the tractor now. Outstanding. I'm afraid I might have gotten just a little closer to them than I probably should have, but when I was expanding these fields, I should say. But they're not going to be there forever. Once they get big and tall, we're going to chop those things down, and we found out yesterday just exactly how much money we could make off of trees. And I'm going to drop this trailer right here, because obviously I need the baler to grab the straw. And I'll need to put the combine away. Now, as I suspect, as I suspected, the case was able to handle the mowers and the baler without too much trouble. However, it is lagging quite a bit. Actually, let's put the combine away first. Now, with these trees growing up, we can't just necessarily race across the field anymore with wide equipment. We have to give these trees a wide berth. I do have the header trailer, and it obviously holds this header because I managed to get it up here from the store last night. This stuff all repaired up. Let's give it a brush. So yeah, the biogas plant is coming. In a few days we should have access to that again. Well, it's been closed ever since we got here, and nobody seemed to know the exact reason why. Apparently, most likely anyway, I should say, poor management. That's just my personal guess, but isn't that normally why these things happen? Alright. Let's bale some straw. Just finishing up the baling on the straw. We are so close. Are we going to get there? Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. That is amazing. Actually, there's one little tiny bit left, and we're not going to touch that because we are empty, and we want to stay that way. Nice. And now I get to show you our new toy. Get this baler parked back in our lovely new little shed. Assuming that my backing skills don't fail me today, as you have seen they so frequently do. There we go. Slow and steady wins the race. Now you might notice I did put a light pole in here. That was reasonably cheap. It was a few hundred, I think, but it gets awfully dark out here at night when you're now the question is, can I get this out with the tree in the way? I didn't think about the tree wasn't grown like this last night, so oh yeah, no problem. Our new toy, a real official bale trailer. But more importantly, it's that kind of bale trailer. It's an auto loader. Thank God for small miracles. Now, some of you might be saying, well, that one of you that's watching my videos at this point might be saying, you know, the auto load log trailer yesterday and the auto load bale trailer, that's pretty cheesy, and to some degree I might agree. But also, you know, we've got the Arcusin bale trailer, and the only difference between that and this is that, you know, that has a mechanical action to it that you know, causes you to wait a little bit for it to reload and whatnot. But I'm just going to, in my own justifiable way, pretend that we're watching the arm swing these bales up onto the trailer. But this will carry 24 bales at a time. It does have the ability to turn it on and off. And I'll show you a little bit more. The unloading process is pretty simple. So if we just pull up to our bale barn right here, and you can see B puts it into the operating position, and then Y will allow us to unload. And to unload, we can just click our left mouse button and slide these bales right off the trailer and raise or lower them and set them down. So I could stack these as high as I want. Now if I just hit Y again, it's going to unload the bales, and then our bale barn accepts them automatically. So there you go. Now I'll show you on the next load that because the bale barn is also automatic, it's gonna take those bales and stack them automatically for us. I don't even have to move the bales. I can just drop them on the trailer, and as Mr. Sealy P says, and if you're not watching Mr. Sealy P, I strongly recommend it. He's a heck of a lot better at this than I am, but then again, he's had many years of experience, and I have exactly 1 week. Regardless, when the bales jump on the trailer like this, when we're picking them up, they become, as he calls them, ethereal bales. They're not real. They become part of the trailer. the unloading process with the Y button turns them into real actual bales again. And so then the trigger on the bale barn sees the real bales and then grabs them and turns them back into ethereal bales that get stored in the bale barn. And that's handy because it speeds up the process for us. It's particularly nice, you know, we're small right now. We don't have that much going on right on the farm. But, you know, things like that are nice because they speed up tasks that allow you to run bigger operations. That's what I've found anyway, you know. When you and I'll show you right here, hit Y. Right now I could unload them, but I'm just going to hit Y, drop them back on the bale trailer, and in they go. But as I was saying, you know, little things like this allow you to do things much faster so that you can hop back and forth between tasks and handle a lot more than you would, you know, if you're not interested in multiplayer, if you just don't have the capacity for multiplayer, you know, for whatever reason. You know, if you don't have the capacity for multiplayer, maybe you just don't have anybody else or know anybody else who's that interested enough in Farming Simulator to want to play multiplayer. Well, it gives you the opportunity to do as much with multiplayer, but doing it solo. Okay, time to pick up some more horses, and let's see what would it cost us to get them delivered. It's 300 a piece. We're easily going to make that back. Let's just have some delivered. And you can see on the right hand side the value of our horses is coming up nicely. Just to avoid some repetition, I've been working them off screen, off camera, but our first batch is up to 27,000, almost 28, and our second batch is almost up to 18. We could sell these off for a nice little profit right now, but we're not going to because they're going to get much higher. Two, three, four. That's going to cost us 21,200, 1,200 in fees. We would probably spend that just leasing the trailer and to get them up here. So confirm. 20,000 new livestock, and we can see that our little pasture is getting pretty full here. But that also means that we need to spend a little time taking care of these horses. And that's why I left the oat trailer over here. And it's not going to even be close to enough, so I'm going to have to run over and grab some more anyway. So yeah, oats, we need hay. Odd, the trailer's not. The trailer thinks it still has something in it. That's very weird. Oh well. expect this to take another 10 or 12,000 liters. Or 15,000 liters. Some bedding. Last but not least, some water. Go. You see, I don't even hardly have to move the water trailer, and I can just fill up water right here. That's the great thing about that standpipe. Okay. I suppose I was just going to grab the bale forks and get some hay bales over here, but I realized that the Fendt is working. So I'll use our handy dandy new bale trailer here and take care of that instead, because these horses also need hay, not just oats. And generally it's a bale per horse. And we can see a little more operation on this bale barn. So right now we're doing really well. We've got, well, we're light on hay, so our next cutting is going to have to be hay, but 66 silage, 53 straw. Look at that, how full that is. So when you walk in the bale barn, you can hit R on your keyboard, and this will allow you to select the number of bales that you want and the type. So we could grab hay, straw, or silage. And then we're going to grab 4 bales of hay. Hit confirm. When we come out here, our bales of hay are stacked neatly right here along the edge of the barn. Jump in the tractor. Turn on the pickup. We've got our 4 bales of hay. We're going to bring right over here to our horses. And I don't necessarily have to turn the trailer around like this, but I think it'll make it a little easier. Although I should have moved the oat trailer out of the way. I guess leaving it there was not the best decision, but as I am wont to say, life goes on. And there you have it. Horses are all fed. Probably use a little bit more hay. We could actually use another bale, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to get this equipment put away. Actually, I'm going to take care of this contract first. Oh. Losing track of where I'm at. Yeah, today's going to be pretty much working on the farm. See if I can't keep our tractor down the valley working contracts as they come up. Once he's down there, I generally don't bring him back up here until we just run out. Yeah, field 35 did us really well last night. I think we probably made close to 70, 75 off of that field because we did the planting on it also. Oh, and that reminds me. Canola just is not coming up where we want it. That's okay. That's what we have a silo for. We'll hold out until we get the price that we want. We are not desperate for cash. Speaking of workers, we are going to get a worker back up on field 10 replanting for us. Now, because we've got the big fertilizer spreader, I have not been putting fertilizer in this thing. In fact, upgrading our seeder is going to be a top priority. There's so much to do. So many things to do. I can't decide. I can't. I kind of get a little dumbfounded because I want to do this, but I want to do that. I want to do this, and I want to do that, etc., etc., etc. As soon as I get this worker going, we're going to look at some options. I would ask for viewer feedback, but I'm getting no feedback at this point, obviously, and that's okay. I said early on that that this was going to be a learning experience. That's what I expected from it for a while, probably a good long while. But I don't plan on going where anytime soon, so we'll keep the videos coming. Hopefully people will start watching. I like the look of that. That's lovely. Okay, so while that's taking place, while we got our workers seating up for us now, I really want field 20. I want it in a big way, and we've got the money for it right now, but just barely. We got 321. Now, the whole area is 22 acres. The field is probably 10, which makes it twice the size of our field 10 right now. And we don't have the equipment to do that, at least not very quickly. Another consideration is that we're really to a point where we need a large tractor. And large tractors obviously are not cheap. I'd really like the 1000 Vario. Starting out, it comes with almost 400 horsepower. That would serve us pretty well. But we're talking 329,000. That's not going to leave us with much money, especially, you know, I think wide tires and weights. That's going to be 335. That's going to leave us with $11,000. Maybe it's time to consider bank loans. And then, of course, our final option is getting our cows. Now, I did some more landscaping over here, and this is ready to go into place. We've got plenty of room for it now. Obviously, I talk about it often enough that I think it's fairly obvious that it's something that I really like. But that's 260,000 plus the cows, which are going to run us about 25,000 per 10 cows. This will hold 400. You can do the math on that. And we're going to need other things like a feed mixer. So figure this plus maybe start with 20 cows. That's 310. A feed mixer is probably going to be another 30 or 40,000, probably more. So we're looking at a startup cost for just 20 cows of about $400,000. Now you can see my dilemma, or you can start to see my dilemma. Now, I have never used bank loans before. I know the interest is a killer, and in real life, I don't like credit cards. I don't like outstanding debt. Obviously, it's impossible to get through life without having some, but I do like to get it paid off as quickly as possible because I don't like to buy something for $10,000 and it costs me another $5,000 just so I can have it. I'd rather wait, save up the money and buy it outright, which is what I've been trying to do on the farm here, but I think we might just be at a point where a bank loan could be necessary. And if that's the case, then I think field 20 here is going to be our next best bet. Like I said, the well, I can tell you one thing. We're not buying field 20 until these potatoes are out of the ground. No bloody way. I'm not harvesting them. You can bring your butts over here and harvest them if you want to. So, I guess we're going to buy a tractor. And we're going to buy, nope. We're going with the Fendt. It's such a beauty. And we can upgrade this for another 38 grand. That will get us 517 horsepower. That's going to be a lot of tractor. I do want the wide wheels and weights. Oh, that would be why. Get that back into 0. 335, so that's going to be 11 grand. We'll keep working those contracts. And like I said yesterday, 350,000 sounds like a lot of money, but not in the world of Farming Simulator. That is just a beautiful sight. Look at the inside. It's got a remarkable cabin. Just lovely. Nice and quiet. And it looks like our grass field is ready to go once again. So the first chore our Fent is going to get to do is mow. And this will show you exactly what this field is capable of. What it's capable of producing anyway. And as I said earlier, we need some hay. We need a lot more hay, so let's pull this rake out. And grab the tedder. Tedder unfolded. Fold our mowers. Sometimes I think the setup takes longer than the actual mowing. You can see here what I was talking about earlier, how the mowers fit together and work in conjunction with each other. Get those fired up. Drop all of our tools down. And away we go. I just finished up baling, and I'm grabbing our bale trailer. See how many hay bales we got. Come on. There we go. Now we are minus a bale, because something funny happened on the way to the farm. Actually, something funny happened on the way past the horse pasture. The baler decided to kick out a bale just as I was coming around, and it slid into the feed area for the horses and just fed them. That was pretty handy. So the horses got that extra bale that they didn't get earlier. They are well taken care of at this point. Things have moved awfully slowly, and I keep trying to come up with ideas to speed them along, but if I really think about it, we've progressed quite a bit. We've got 12 horses now. We started with nothing. Obviously, we've got an extra field. We've got them all merged up. We've got a field that can produce feed. We've got a field that's producing grass, which has given us a lot of different things. It is not providing as much hay as I expected it to. When I did silage bales, I got 46, but this is not going to give us anywhere close to that. Looks like we're going to have about 30. And I didn't mow anything extra. Now we pulled 24. This is 5-1, that's 29, and then the 1 went to feed the horses, so yeah, 30. I think I got quite close enough. There they go. So that takes care of our grass field one more time. Nasty bump there. So I'm going to get this tractor cleaned up. I think that's going to be it for today. For anyone who just happens to come along for the ride, I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. You take care.